Hi everybody, welcome back. So today what we're gonna do is get going on the cover for our Alice in Wonderland journal, the Entirely Bonkers digital. And so I have a cereal box here, obviously. And I'll tell you what it's cut out. Oh my gosh, I just bumped everything. I apologize. So the front cover is 9 1/4 by 6. And again, 9 1/4 by 6. I don't need to measure that. And this is 9 1/4 by 1 1/2. So it's just a 1 1/2 inch spine. And I'm just thinking, 9 1/4 seems tall. I usually do 9 by 6. So I think I need to cut these. I don't know what I was doing. You know how you do sometimes? You're just like on autopilot. Yeah, I really don't feel like I need. Okay, I'm going to cut those to 9 by 6. So each of these is 9 by 6. I cut these before I totally started the journal. So I don't know, I just must have been not really thinking about it. So how y'all doing? I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So I apologize now for any sort of weirdness or disorganized thoughts that may go on in this video. It's just one of those, one of those days where I realized all the things I need to catch up on and do and all that before Easter. And I am just really stinking at the holiday thing. Like, I guess just everyday life is enough and I can't seem to get it together for the holiday stuff. So anyways, that's what I did all morning, running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So I didn't really have time to do a lot of real planning here. Now that still seems too long. What is going on? If you just do it like a few centimeters off, it just throws everything off. And I've marked the half of this just so that when I do my signature, sew it in, I know where the middle is. So I just scored that with my scoreboard. You just find the half mark, score it, and it just makes it a little bit easier when it comes down to that. I mean, some of it's probably going to get covered, so I don't know why I bother doing that, but it's my own little brain thing. I'll probably have to find it again. Okay. So yeah, I don't know how organized I will be. I apologize. So what you do then, because I know a lot of you that have been doing journals forever are like, yeah, Amy, we know how to do this. But I have a whole bunch of new people, and welcome. And thank you for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate it so much. And so we're just going to go through this. So you're welcome to fast forward if you've been doing this for a while. I have medical tape. You can use Tyvek. I just never find Tyvek. Like, I don't know how long it's been since I've seen something made out of Tyvek. So anyways, you can use Tyvek, this kind of medical tape. This isn't the paper tape. This is more like the linen tape. The paper tape tears too easy and doesn't stick very great. It's almost like washi. You could use paper, like put glue and then, pieces of paper. It just isn't going to hold as well, because what's going to happen is this is going to be your spine, and that's the open and close point forevermore with however long this book lasts. I am going to cover it with fabric and stuff, so that helps too with holding it together, but I just like to use this medical, I don't know what they call it, linen tape or twill tape or whatever, but it's the more fabric-y one. And I make it longer than it needs to be just because I don't want it short. And you just want to leave a little bit of a gap between the spine and like the front cover, or the spine and the back cover, because that's going to allow for opening and closing. And this isn't an easy thing. I'm actually going to turn it this way. Sorry. I haven't done one of these in a while. Can you tell? I've been doing so many just with, the packing or manila file folders or whatever. And so this is always tricky for me. So I'm going to attempt to leave a gap, but with my shaky hands, see, that's not an easy thing to do. So I apologize. I'm probably best at telling you how to do it rather than showing you how to do it. Because I'm not that great at it either. Okay. Hopefully, yeah, it's a little off, so I'm going to lift this and see if I can't get it a little more correct with the gap. The same top to bottom, hopefully. Okay, that looks a little better. You just want a tiny bit of a gap, just so, like I said, it does that really well instead of like getting caught up somewhere. So that's the goal. And then we'll just flip it over, and I am going to put just a little bit of glue because I am feeling like that came up pretty easy, which I'm glad it did, but just to make sure. Make sure we're good. Probably overkill, but I would rather have it last as long as it can. I mean, we know from seeing books, they don't last forever, but you can make them hold together a little better. It doesn't really matter which direction, but of course I feel like I have to have the right side up. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing. So you can do this however works best for you. Like I said, I'm sure there are tricks that make this much easier. I don't know what they are. And there's loads of people that have done, you know, you can look up journal covers, journal spines. I mean, there's loads of things you can look up to see how people do stuff. And all of us do things a little bit different. I mean, you're going to see basically the same idea, but, you know, somebody else might have a better way of doing it. Got that one pretty good. It's a little bit, actually, you know what, it'd probably be better just to do it this way. See, even once you're doing it, you figure out easier ways. I don't know that that's a whole lot different than what I had, but anyway, there we go. Oh, I didn't put glue on those, did I? They peel off that glossy pretty easily. Oops, sorry, I keep bumping. Okay, so that is going to be my spine, or my journal cover. So, sorry, it's like a book. All right, so now that that's done, I'm gonna just let that set aside. We're not gonna do the fabric and all that today. I just wanted to get it put together in front of you guys so you could, those of you that don't know, could, you know, see how that's done. I haven't been gluing in my, trying to decide, my ephemera yet because I just can't make up my mind. I'm sure you're very shocked by that. But I am going to put these here. A friend of mine got me these. Oh my gosh. They're so cute. They're playing cards. Alice in Wonderland, obviously. They look like this. She told me she got them on Amazon. But aren't they cute? They're so cute. And then she also got me some postcards. So thank you, thank you. I appreciate it so much. So fun. These are just awesome. They're awesome on both sides. So this is not going to be easy, but you know, I want them to be usable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of them down on the page, and I'm just trying to see. I kind of want it to almost seem like it's right side up, just so that they don't look totally weird, like if you lay them sideways. They're going to be pockets. So I want it to go kind of like maybe that, and then something like that. I love the Joker cards because it's Hatter, and I just love that. So like maybe something like that. And then there'll be pockets that 2 of the other cards go in. And I am going to cover the back with like some coffee dyed paper or something so you can write on it, which I hate to do because I don't want to cover those up, but otherwise it's just cards in pockets. I mean, they're neat, but I just think it needs something on the back so that you can write on it. I was just thinking maybe tissue paper. That might work. Let me see. See, like I said, I didn't have a specific plan today because I just didn't get that far. But I wanted to make sure I did a video so I could chat with you guys. So I hope you don't mind. If you do, I am so sorry. Some days it just doesn't work out the way you want it to, right? Maybe I could do that. And then if you wrote on it with black ink, I think it would work. I think that would work. I don't even mind that there's those holes. I think that's kind of fun. So I think that's what we'll do. I'm not going to do anything to these because I just love them the way they are. I am going to just do a teeny tiny notch, thumb notch in the side of those. I don't know, is there any that seem better? I like Hatter and I like Tweedledee and Tweedledum because somehow I forgot to do Tweedledee and Tweedledum in my digital. That was like brilliant of me. So I'm just looking for my hole punch. And I have a disaster. I told my sister yesterday. I kind of go through this thing where I clean everything up. I start a new journal and I do good for a little bit. And then I just start, and this one's been really bad because I've been looking for things, you know, that I haven't seen in years, basically. And so I start tearing my room apart. And it's like I get in this mode and I don't clean up after myself. So my own fault. But yeah, I was telling her it's getting to that point of like, it's got to get done. It's got to get straightened out here shortly. So this side. But yeah, I did it to my own self. I mean, I think we all kind of do that when, I mean, no, some people don't. I mentioned that last time, sorry. Some people are probably very organized and neat. I'm not one of them. Okay, we're just going to ink around those a little bit. And I like them on this. This is from my abstract backgrounds. Because I like that little bit of blue. These are just too cool. I love these playing cards. Oh my goodness. So awesome. So yeah, I'm just going to tip them enough so that you can, you know, visualize the image without it seeming weird sideways or something. I hope that looks okay. Kind of that falling card thing, you know, like this whole thing. I hope I'm going to just scuff these a little so that they, I want to make sure that they're, that one's not going to work. It's too soft. Make sure they stay on there. I may stitch them on after. Hate doing that, but I want them to stay. Just gives them some tooth so they're not so slippery. Okay. It'd be cool in one of those tall journals too, because you could probably do like 3 or I don't know if you could do 4, but you could do 3 of them probably, and that would be neat. Pockets from playing cards. Yeah, that works. You can definitely feel the papery underside. Oops. They'll probably be fine once they are dried on there. So Joker with his mushrooms. I mean, these are just real cool. So Amazon, guys. Fantastic. Okay. I'm going to kind of do pretty close to the spine on the other side just because I want a little space. I hope that doesn't make the card stick out the top. Okay. Let me see. This one maybe in here. Oh, there's the... Oh boy, Amy. How much is that going to hang out? Oh, I guess that's not bad. That'll be fine. It'll still be covered by the cover. Oh my gosh, where's my page? Hey, yay. Sorry. Oh, I thought that was it. Okay, so that'll work. We'll do that. And then we'll put just a little bit of coffee dyed on the back. And wherever I put it, I will have to sand again. Oh, I had a question about how do I get these kind of things, you know, like the blotches and spaces and whatever. So what I do, like I did with this one, and it didn't turn out exactly like I wanted. I like this up here, but this was supposed to be the same down here, but the tea just soaked into it. So I have a dropper, and it's just a little plastic, these pipette, whatever you want to call it. And so I just suck up the tea and I splat wherever, and I let it dry. And then you can do another round of it. This one I did the bottom of a teacup all over it first. And then I thought I just want a few drips here and there, but they like, you know. So you got to be real careful if you just want a little bit to just, like up in here was fine. These little dots were fine. But you have to let it dry between. And then if you add another layer on top, you'll get more blotches. Like, let me see, where is it? Like this kind of thing. So I did drops, let it dry, did more drops, let it dry again, because then you get that layer on top of layer of blotchiness happening. And I don't know how to do all those fancy ones with the lace and all that. I know it has to do with, like, you put down that kind of plasticky lace. I've never found any, so I've never been able to try it. But anyway, you put down the plasticky lace, and then you know, put the coffee on and then let it dry completely, I guess. And then when you take up the lace pattern will be there. I don't know. I've never done it. But anyhow, I think that's how you do it. So, I've never done it. That's about as fancy as I get, is these blotchy things, or like circles or something. But there's some people on Etsy, and if you look up coffee dyed paper on Etsy, oh my gosh, there's people that do amazing, beautiful designs. I know Didi Farrago, that I've talked about before. She does stuff. Sometimes she'll order stencils from me, and she uses those to do designs. So yeah, I mean, there's lots of things you can do. You need that kind of plasticky, I don't want it, I just want it to cover the inside bit. So probably about here is fine. And then it will, you know, the plastic will give a better design than, say, fabric lace does, from what I understand. I don't know. So, but anyway, I'm going to try to rip it so it goes inside of those little corner pockets, or corner slots, whatever they are. Try is the operative word here. Because Yeah, we all know. So, granted, this is not a gigantic writing space, but, you know, you could do a little, like, this is what we did today kind of thing. Especially if it's not real exciting, like what I do most days. Like you have one little event or conversation or whatever. So, if you're a real, you know, writer that likes to write a lot, then yeah, this probably isn't going to help you at all. But I think most of us, you know, don't write a novel daily, so. Or if you also put like some pictures in the pockets, you could kind of just say who was in them or whatever. And I hate covering that up, but I'm doing it for these ones. So I think a little journaling space is better than none. And for all those people that are like, what do you do with it? Why are you doing that? This is for them, so they can see I'm making writing space. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just had that. Oh boy. Oh, it's right here next to me. Gosh. Are you laughing yet? It's laugh worthy, let me tell you. Oopsie, got a little outside there. Oh yeah, I was going to do the tissue. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, my brain's going 10 ways today. None of them are good. Oh well, this was the original thought, so this is what we're going with. If I do any more, I'll use the tissue. They're going to be hard for me to part with. I'll be hoarding the cards. You guys laughing at me now. Some days I have it together. This isn't one of them. Happens. Okay. Oh, I just bumped everything again. Sorry. It's a problem with cameras and lights and all the jazz. It makes it hard to work. Confined space and all. I went to this new store that we have. I mean, we've had the store here for a long time, but they just built another one and it's ginormous and fancy. And anyways, and it was nice in there today. It wasn't super busy, but something about that, going into those stores, especially those massive ones like that, sometimes just throws me for a loop for the rest of the day. I don't know. Are you guys like that at all, or is it just me? I don't people well. Fine like this, because y'all aren't standing right here looking at me, but I'm just not good at it. Not that it didn't, nobody did nothing to me. It was totally fine. I just get overwhelmed. I think it's just looking at all the things and all, it's a lot. I don't know. And this one is my little pocket that I made on my short to put something in, and I don't have anything in there yet, so I need to work on that. But I think I'm going to put a thumb notch right here. 1, to have a thumb notch, and 2, to maybe get rid of some of this torn part. When I originally set it up, I meant to come over further, but for some reason when I did the video, I just totally blew it with that. So that goes there, and then on this side, I could do the same. I should have done them together. And the ding dong. Woo! we'll ink it a little bit. I really like how this turned out. It's very, very fun. And this was just a crest bag. My husband came home from the dentist. And I was like, I'll take that. And then I came upstairs, made a video. It's like, you're crazy. Thank you. It's like, I figured you'd use that for something. Okay, so those are ready. And then see, I did it. So if you didn't see the short, because I know, yeah. You can write on the inside. So that's kind of a fun little doodad. All right, what else do we have here? I need to figure out where I want everything. I thought I wanted the queen on this page, the opposite of that other. But I don't like the colors together because I like how she's pointing like the one white rose. Remember how she wanted the roses painted red? But I like it better with the purplish papers. So I think it's going to have to go on one of these. Where's my hatter? Where did I end up? He looks good with the purples. I keep using these purples, so then I want everything on the purpular pages. I could put him on here because that way, this would be kind of hard to write on. I do like it though. I like the colors or the laces. Is there something right? Oh, it's the rabbit. It's a few pages away. It's fine. Are there? I don't think it really matters. I think I'll put her here just so you can see some of this pretty lace. And I'll put Hatter on the other side of that. So we're just going to put some glue on. I think we're just going to go two sides. So it's more like a, you know, tuck sort of a thing. Since I staggered those cards, it might be a good way to do it. You know what? I'm going to take this out. Maybe. If it's too lumpy bumpy, I'm afraid I'm going to mess up the placement of it. Because I have been known to do that. I love how this came out with these two tags. She's so feisty, that queen. Flip her over. And then, I think I'll scoot this down a little bit. And I might just leave the back open too, so it could be a pocket. For a little something, tall tag or whatever, tall skinny. I like how this one came out too. I think it's the purple and all that because it is my favorite color. I don't hardly ever use it though. So it is fun. This has been a lot of fun for me because I usually do stick with the neutrals, and I love neutrals. Like, that's really my thing, but I mean, it just fits with that old, you know, the old papers and all that. So obviously neutrals tend to lend themselves better to all that, I think. But I'm liking this a lot. And I never use the purples and stuff for inking around the edges, and I'm liking that a lot too, so. Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, so that is those done. Done and dusted, as Carol would say. And then what else do we have going on? I did a tag. I don't know if you guys saw. I think I showed it, but just in case, I just put the hatter. And this is from my Spill and Tea digital, these tags at the background. So I just added this, and the teacup. And that's also from my Spill and Tea. I cut it out of one of the pages. There aren't fussy cuts in that digital, but I just cut it out of one of the pages. Oh, we need to do something with this. Maybe we can do that. I just want to back it. I can't just, I think I might just do what Carol does and let this be a pocket. So I definitely want to put something around the edges and stuff on the back so that it, set it on the bowl and it fell over. So it's a little bit strengthened, especially around the edge and stuff where the tags will be tucking in and out, and cover this with something that, you know, we want to look at. So, hold on. So I grabbed some of this letter, because it's on it's like a beautiful powder blue, almost feels like onion skin paper. So I just thought that would look kind of cool back behind there. So I think I'm going to bring it all the way, you know, to the lip of where this is, and then I'll just kind of take scraps and go around. I'm not going to worry about it that much because it's not about how it looks for this part. This part a little bit more because you'll see that, but you're not going to see this inside part. So even if it looks a little piecey and strange, I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm gonna put the glue on here. Gonna. Yeah, these are some of the old letters that my friend gave me. Thank you, Lorraine. So I can cover this, and I love this color and everything to go with this. It reminds me of like Alice's dress or something like that. I don't know, I love the color. And I want it to go. And then I'll just trim it out again. Okay, I think that will be good. Uh-oh. Jeez. Stinker. I mean, this is a very thin paper, but I think it's still going to strengthen this enough. And this part doesn't really need strengthening. It's more the upper part that'll need that. But this will just make this look better when it's folded up. And then I'm just going to attach that kind of to the top of the page like it was. I think that's kind of fun. Then it can flip up and down and you can still write underneath it. Almost like a fabric flip or something. But instead, it's a Cheshire cat flip. And you can see both sides of it too, of this envelope, because it did turn out pretty neat. I like the colors. And the cat, of course. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about folding that right now. I want to put some more stuff on back there. I don't really want to waste that because it's pretty cool paper. But we can use just these random bits of stuff I have. It's going to take me a minute to do this, so feel free to fast forward. Just because of the edge. So, yeah, sorry. I might have to do some trimming too. Oh my gosh. There's a little glue there. I'm going to glue this instead. All the logistics of getting all this stuff straight, right? You can trim some little stuff. It's not a big deal. But whoever is new, this is all part of the crazy process we do. And I'm sure people that do better than I do. If you're smart, what you'll do is cover the back of these before you cut them out at all. And then if you know you want to use it like this, you know, I didn't, so I had just cut it out. But anyway, if you know how you want to use it, just cut it, or cover it, the back of it first, and then cut it out, and then you'll have an easier time. You won't have to do this silliness that I'm doing. It really just needs a little extra around that lip, you know? That's all it really needs. Here, take some of this plain. Because it's just one thickness of basically, you know, copy paper, so. That's not going to work. Okay, that'll probably be fine. All right, so I'm going to fold it, or attempt to. You know how much they like to fold when it's wet. Does that look right? Okay, let's just trim some of those little bits that are hanging out. And then we'll ink around that window. But you can also, with these, put a piece of acetate or deli paper or transparency paper, whatever, glued, you know, right here so that you can still kind of see through that hole. And then you can use it as an actual pocket. I'm not going to use it as a pocket that way. I'm going to use it differently. So I'll show you here. Let me just get it glued together. Do I want these flaps on the inside or outside? I guess on the outside because they're going to show. It is just cruddy out today. Windy, cold. It's like we get one day of sort of sun. Not really. Still rained all weekend. But, and then, like today the sun's shining, but the wind is whipping. And it's super cold wind. I'm ready for just a day. It doesn't even have to be hot. Like 50 degrees and sunshine would be fantastic. I would be so happy with that. There goes the street sweeper, nice and loud. Put glue up at the top like a dingling. Alright, so see, oh, you know what I forgot to do? Ink it. And I got a few little bits there. Yeah, that's not a good idea. I'll have to take my small scissors in a minute and do that. If you ink first, then you don't have to do it this way. It just helps cover up any bits that you missed of white or whatever with the I'm gonna put this across from the mushrooms. I liked it across from the mushrooms. So see, but it looks neat with the blue in there, but you can also lift this and write on this whole page still. So even though it's got a piece of ephemera, it's not taking away from writing space. So that's a nice little dealio. Let's do glue stick. I think it'll be better. Just because it's nice flat paper to paper. Wow, that was a lot. Figure out where I want it on the page here. I'm gonna have the whole journal apart in a minute. So I'm gonna make it nice and even. Okay, and then maybe we'll do some type of collage up there. I don't know yet. I didn't think that far ahead. But then you could even take some of these cards and put them in here. Would be fun too. So you can either tuck them in all the way, or you can just leave them like that and they stay, especially if you put like another something like this is one of Carrie the Crafter's lace tags, and they're already all collaged like that. So something like that would be good. There's also obviously tags and stuff in the kit, but if you want, you know, different pieces, then you can do that. Alrighty, so I think we got quite a bit done today. I'm very happy with that. And ta-da! It's going to be kind of a fatty, so I'm glad I did that 1.5 inch spine. I mean, it's not going to take up that much room back here, but it's just nice to have some, you know, some room for bulk. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it wasn't too boring. At least, you know, maybe somebody picked up something here and somebody else got something there, you know. So, yeah, fun stuff. I love this. I'm really enjoying it. So I hope you guys are too. We will chat again soon. Love you guys. Bye now.